There was a moment, just 1 month, that nearly broke me. Clients dried up, my confidence plummeted, and I started questioning if all of this was even worth it. This is the story of the month that I almost walked away from everything I'd built and what pulled me back. Let's jump in. Welcome to the Moms Make Money podcast. I'm your host, Jenny. I'm the owner of Moms Make Money Collective, a podcast and visibility strategist, and mom of two. Many moms feel like we need to sacrifice our careers for our children, but I wholeheartedly believe that we can have a thriving business and family at the same time. In this podcast, we're going to be diving into the ins and outs of running a business as a mom and getting real and raw about all things parenting. So buckle up because we're about to go all in. Hey there. Welcome back to another episode of Moms Make Money, the podcast for moms who want to grow service-based businesses without burning out or giving up on what matters most. And this episode is a little bit different. It's raw, it's real, it's honest, because I want to talk to you about the year that I almost walked away from everything that I built. So let's set the scene. 2022 was an incredible year. It was honestly the best year I'd had in my business. My offers were converting, clients were flowing in, and income was steady. It felt like I had finally made it. But then came 2023, and everything changed. The momentum that I had in 2022 didn't carry into 2023 the way that I expected. Long-term clients wrapped up or paused. Some new leads that had come in didn't pan out, and I found myself constantly adjusting and reworking my offers to stay afloat. At the same time, I was pregnant with my second. And while I'm so grateful for that season, it was not an easy pregnancy, especially the first trimester. It took a lot out of me physically and emotionally. I couldn't move at the same speed. I was tired, foggy, and just overall frustrated. I remember sitting there some days thinking, how did things fall apart so quickly? It was like I had built this dream and now I was watching it just all unravel in real time. And I'm going to be honest, I felt really embarrassed about that for the longest time because from the outside, people really still saw me as quote unquote doing great. I kept showing up, I kept podcasting, I kept posting, but behind the scenes, I was really questioning everything. I was asking myself, what did I do wrong? Why wasn't I bouncing back? Was 2022 just a fluke? And the comparison trap hit really hard too. Watching others hit milestone after milestone while I felt like I was just trying to stay above water. And I think the hardest part is that I didn't really feel like I could talk about it because I feel like there's this unspoken pressure to always seem like you're thriving, especially when you're a coach or a mentor to others. There was a particular month, mid 2023, when I seriously considered shutting everything down. I'd lost another client. My income was really the lowest it had been in years. And I was so emotionally tapped out from pregnancy and mom life that I just didn't know if I could keep pushing. I told my husband, maybe I should just take a long break or even quit. And for a moment, I meant it. But obviously, since I'm here, I didn't quit. What I did do is I paused, I reevaluated, and I gave myself space. And here's what helped me through that. So I got really honest with a few biz friends who reminded me that I'm not alone because I was not confiding in anyone aside from my husband on occasion. And I wasn't like bringing this to my peers because I was nervous of judgment and things like that. Um, and then I also let go of offers that didn't feel aligned anymore. Some of the things I was holding on to just because they were working in the past, but I didn't really necessarily love them. I got rid of those offers. And I really focused on simplifying everything. So anything from systems to my schedule to my expectations, everything, I just tried to simplify as much as I possibly could. And most importantly, I really tapped into remembering my why. I had kind of forgot why I started this. And I'd never started my business to make millions and millions of dollars. The core reason I started my business back in 2016 is because I wanted to be able to have more time with my family when the time came. Because when I started my business, I did not have kids. And I really just had to hone in on my why and remember why I even started in the first place. And like I said, it wasn't to be a millionaire. It was really to just be able to have a flexible career so that I could spend more time with my kids. Like I said, I didn't start this business to hit a magic revenue number. I started it for freedom, flexibility, and fulfillment. And those things are still possible even in a hard year or hard season. So if you are listening to this and you're in a rough season right now, whether your business has slowed, you're just really in the thick of navigating motherhood, or you're simply feeling off, please hear this. You're not behind, you're not failing, and you don't have to be quote unquote on all of the time to be successful. Some years are for growth, while some are for survival. I think 2023 was just a survival year for me, and that's totally fine. And both of those types of years matter. You're allowed to shift, pause, regroup, and still come back stronger. One bad season or one bad year doesn't have to be the end of things. 2023 was a year that humbled me, but it also reminded me that this business is mine and I get to build it on my terms through every high and even every hard moment. I'm still here, and if you're still here too, that's something to celebrate. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. If this episode hit home for you, I would love to hear from you. DM me, share it, and send it to a fellow mom entrepreneur who might need to hear this today. We don't have to hustle our way through healing. We just have to keep going, even if sometimes that means slower than we're used to. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'd love it if you would head on over to our free Facebook group called Moms Make Money Collective to connect with us further. If you're more of an Instagram fan, make sure you're following us on Instagram at Moms Make Money Collective. If you're loving the show, make sure to leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcast. Your feedback means the absolute world to us. We'll see you in the next episode.